Welcome, this is Mics&Men, and we're back for the first time. I'm Quabnut, and the men behind the mics today are
Marky Mark,
Rocky,
and Crafty.
Why you laughing?
I knew you were
Crafty. Yeah, so Rocky missed out last week. Busy.
Yeah. Busy. Apologies, I was here in spirit. So
what you been on?
I spent a lot of time with my daughter actually. You know, I mean, it's that time of the year in it where it's holidays and I've had to take up a little bit more than mantle than the usual time. So, yeah, a lot of family time.
Yeah.
A lot of family time.
Definitely relate to that.
That's it. It's important. It's very, very important.
100%.
What have you got a daughter as well?
Yeah.
I've seen that, haven't you?
Yeah, little Summer. Shout out Summer.
Is it?
How's your daughter?
Yeah, 4.
That age.
Yeah, man.
That's a lot, you know.
I know. Start schools in September.
I'm gonna need notes from you, man, because I'm joining the club soon.
Mm.
This daughter thing, bro.
Congrats.
Stress,
Yeah,
bro.
congrats.
This daughter stuff is. The
And
women
you're
are just
having a
dominating my
daughter.
life, bro.
Get ready, because that's what's going to happen.
Everywhere, the
Yeah, it's
women are
big.
everywhere, bro. Everywhere. Dominate every factor of my life.
I've heard it's what ex players that have daughters in
No, that's you know, I used to believe
I've
that.
heard that as
Yeah,
I used to
you
believe that,
said
yeah.
this to me as well.
Yeah.
I said you got a daughter for all the women that you messed up in your life.
And that's because of that. I was certain I was gonna get a boy. Because of that, I was certain I was gonna get a boy. So when I got a girl, I was like, that theory's out the window.
Mm-hmm.
So don't mean nothing.
But you trying to
Really?
make it like you're a good guy, bro.
I'm a good. That's to make it out, bruv. The truth is the truth, bro.
Yeah, you know.
Nah, listen, Rocky, let's take this offline. Man. But you spent time with your daughter. What you getting up to?
What was we getting up to? We did a lot, man. We went to theme park. We went to the park. We went swimming. We did a lot. She's 2.5.
Yeah.
So she's at that age where like everything's an activity.
Yeah.
Like she wants to run across the road and jump into cars because cars are an activity. Like she's crazy. So yeah, there was a lot going on. But it was a good few days.
Okay. All right. So you were saying the other day, I remember we were talking, how you were at the park and some dude came in.
Do you know, it wasn't even the park, you know, it was at the car wash.
The car wash.
Yeah.
So the
it
car
was
wash is
weird.
activity as well.
Yeah, bro, when I was young, and I went into the
It was
car wash
live.
with my dad.
Car wash was live.
Listen, only
The machine one.
No, it wasn't even the machines.
No,
I was
but the
trying to find
machine
the
ones
machine.
are live.
That's what I was looking
When
for.
you're younger.
But I couldn't even find one, so we had to go to one of them ones where
That
they
is
just...
good. Machines. I had to wash the car.
Myself, bro. I was washing that car from 2 years old, bro. Yeah, but go.
No. We went to, you know, one of them places where you just got bare guys washing your car, innit? So we went and did that just so she could get a bit of an activity. And we had just a dodgy situation. I came out of the car now, and the guys are now doing the inside, do you know what I mean? So I'm standing away from the car, kind of watching them doing their thing. And my daughter's on my shoulder. And then next to the car wash is like a car mechanic, and a guy comes out in his little, I don't know, it was a Fiat or something like that. And he rolls up to me, real slow, when my daughter's on my shoulders. He kind of leans across and he's like, yo, bruv, you living that white life. And I'm like,
I beg your pardon?
exactly. And I'm like, excuse me? And I'm like, yo, bruv, you living that white life. And I'm like, okay, this guy isn't really trying to start on me when my daughter's on my shoulder and whatever.
Was
So
my brother that said that?
yeah, it was a dude, his brother. So then I kind of bend down so I can see him eye to eye at the window, at window height. And what he then went on to kind of explain was that actually he was trying to compliment me. And he said to me, listen, bro, it's 6 o'clock, your daughter's on your shoulder, you've clearly been somewhere and got places to go and places to be. You're clearly kind of in each other's vibe. She was having a good time, we were having a good time. And he was basically explaining that just doesn't happen. And he relates that to a white life.
Yeah.
That just by spending time with your daughter throughout a day or for X amount of hours, that isn't something that's normal in the black community. And as a result, he wants to label it as a white thing. And I was like, for me, when he drove away, I took the compliment. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. If that's what you consider a compliment, then bless him, move on, innit? But I felt sorry for the guy. Because I'm like, how can you be putting something like that into a category that is black and white? You know what I mean? The relationship with your daughter is love. It's not anything else but that. So yeah, it kind of put me in a funny place, and yeah, I think I had to tell a few people about it just to validate the nonsense that I thought it was.
It's a bit sad to think that people associate it with a life outside of the race they belong to. There's something really sad about that, because it's almost, it goes back to when you're younger. If someone is well spoken, they speak like a white person.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
You can't be black and well spoken because two things just don't mesh.
And
That's
I
out
get
of-
that
that's
all
out
the
of the
time,
norm.
and I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about?
They're like Crafty. You speak so well. You're a white guy.
And I never really thought about feeling sorry for them or like, but I just, it's like ignorant to me as you know, it's just like, because I've got that so like bare times, like at uni, I'd hang around with all the man them, but then because I played football with majority white guys, I'll go out with them on a Wednesday or something, and then like you get the comments from both sides, and you get it more from black people, and you just like, I just don't react to it in general, and I just thinking to myself, well, if that's how you conclude, then for me it's just, I don't know, it is a bit sad in that sense that people think because you talk a certain way, or you know, if you're being yourself, you should be able to see that someone's being themselves and it's not a thing. Do you get what I mean?
No, but I think it's like the idea that you associate that with a level of quality that can't be found within the black race. That's my point.
No, yeah, his story is
Do you think
definitely.
we help ourselves though? Do you think like majority of black people?
Yeah.
Do you think we, the way we talk, the way we act, do you think we help ourselves for that guy not to think, you know, that's the white life?
I feel like I think there was a level where there's comfort that needs to be taken into consideration, right? There's no denying that when people of different races get together and they hang out, there's a level of comfort they feel with each other. It means that they talk or they behave in a certain way. When they are in a corporate situation, if there's something else situation, they have to adapt, right?
Yeah, when it's work.
Yeah. So, but even if it's outside of work, right? So when I talk to your mom, I'm gonna be like, auntie this, auntie that, and I'm gonna pronounce everything, right? When I see Mark on road, I'm like, yo, what's going on?
That's
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
That level of thing. But it's the fact that at any stage, sometimes it feels like at any stage, if you are well spoken, if you are doing things of a certain level of stature and blah blah, it's associated to white life. That situation there wasn't just because he had a day off and he was getting his car cleaned and he was with his daughter. He's looking, all of those things come into it. Basically, the guy looked at him and saw a picture of life that Rocky's now living, where he's got a nice car, he's got time to get it cleaned and chill.
So initially, that's funny now.
It sounds like your car's funny.
Yeah, I'm saying, what car?
Because initially, I thought he was getting me for that because I drive a Jaguar F-Pace. So because my car was over there.
Jeez! Hey, it sounds like the white life.
But that's what, do you know what? It's funny though. If he had gone for that,
the car.
if he had gone for
Car's one of the things.
Yeah, it's one of the things.
It's one of the things.
if he had gone for that and it was like actually your car is what it is, then I could be like cool because then you're kind of maybe attributing it to levels of wealth.
Still doesn't justify because he's got F-Pace, he's saying of the white life. Though, man.
But even then, he wasn't. His explanations was purely just on my relationship with my daughter and the time that I was spending. I would have preferred him to say, yeah, it's your car, or it's your house, or it's your clothes, or it's something that kind of fits a stereotype.
Kind of like the idea of the absentee black father, and which is. But thing
It's
is,
wrong, but that is.
it's there for a reason.
It's there
And
for a reason. It's got a massive
I agree
impact.
with you.
Where was he from, do you think?
So at the time I was in Stroud Green, so
No, the guy that asked you, I meant.
he's Caribbean,
country.
British Caribbean. I don't know where from, but he was a light skinned dude.
And yeah, so you're saying,
Yeah, I mean, I forgot what exactly.
Do you think
what I was saying.
where he's from's got anything to do with it then?
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Why?
Because
Why is that
African
then?
guys or men wouldn't roll up on you and generally say that. I've got the comments from African girls to say, oh, you speak like a white guy, or you're well spoken, or this or that. And in my mind, kind of written her off in it. Not written her off like as a.
Why have you written it off?
I just don't need them comments because I wouldn't think to
you're
say
like,
that to someone.
You're not getting with Crafty. Off the list.
But yeah, I think it was a lot to do with the car, and that you don't look like a drug dealer because otherwise he would have been giving you ratings in a different way, maybe. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But African men, like in general, I don't think they'll come out with that.
You know what I think is dangerous though is that like we're all black men in this room, right? Nobody wants to grow up and be white because that's not what we're about. So if you're going to look at something like that, which is just a relationship, and classify it as white, then by default that's not what you want. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be a white guy because I was growing up as a black man in a black family. Yeah. So why would I want to be looking at something and say I want that because that's white person? That's what's sad
that's
and
what's
dangerous
sad,
about it. Do you know what I mean?
That is dangerous. That is massively dangerous because you don't associate with
big.
anything good or great needs to happen outside of your race.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't. And the thing is, I don't think. I mean, it's hard to say this, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's not the case for other races. Like, I would be surprised if I sat around with a bunch of people from India and they would say that the white life is something that they. Do you see what I mean? Like that's
they want aspire to.
Not that they aspire to. Like almost like is that the gold standard for them? Do you see what I mean?
There are issues because everyone, like all my Asian friends, at some point, not all, but ones, let's say from India, there is a social class thing, and it's based on light skin, colorism. Yeah. I don't know if that dates back to them wanting to be white and lighter. Then you have Africans where they want to bleach and stuff like that. So everyone has, not everyone, but countries have their issues, you know, and it has to kind of be related to the white Western world some way.
I mean, I don't know.
Because remember, you're looking at magazines, media telling you size 6, slim, blonde hair is beautiful
Kim
all
Kardashian
the time.
kind of
Or that's what but then now they're saying the big bum's beautiful,
big lips.
you know, like, but for the longest time it's been that size. It's the supermodel on the catwalk, skinny, tall.
I just think it's interesting when you look at the origins of what people hold as aspirational. Like, for example, today a girl at work was explaining to me about the history of China and the classism and where it came from and certain invasions and all that kind of stuff, and how people from Beijing, how they see people from Shanghai, and how certain cities are seen as like just money hungry, tight-fisted people, whereas other people are seen as like automatically higher class 'cause they're from a certain place, and how it takes what feels like 5 seconds to explain these social structures which have been in place for centuries, and people still hold them to it now. Like if you go to any country, they'll say you, okay, right, so if you're talking about Ghana, like people from Kumasi are like this, people from Accra are like this, and these things of like, it's almost like people can't move away from them. So then those levels and stuff, you're kind of stuck in there. And I think the same thing happens with race. People look at you like, oh, you know, white people can do this and black people can do that. You know, and it happens at so many levels. I remember when I was in secondary school, and we were trying out for like the football squad, and like every year they would do new trials in it to make sure that people might have improved in some or whatever. And one of our coaches hit like a ball like far into the corner. Like he always used to get my name wrong. Like, oi quads, quads. And he took the ball out of his feet, and he used to play for Arsenal, innit? He used to play for Arsenal, so even though he's old, like
He thinks he's
he
the
was,
baddest.
yeah. And the thing is, he was good, don't get me wrong. Like you can tell some people who've always had class, innit? So he just sprayed one ball into the corner. Oi quads. Anyone else on my team, anyone in my year will know that I am possibly the slowest black guy you've ever seen in your life. They would never have hit that ball. But that guy saw me, black guy, he hit it. Right? He hit it, expecting me to get it. I wanted to get into his team bad. So I busted a gut and I got it. But for the rest of the training session, he was pinging it far. And I was sprinting after every single one. And I'm like, do you know the reason you pinged it in the first place? Because you made the assumption that I'm fast because I'm black. I'm not fast. I'm flipping slow, bro. I'm flipping slow. But that's kind of stereotype that kind of helps it. Do you know what I mean?
fast, bro.
I don't know,
People
bro.
are fast, bro.
I'm flat-footed. I'm flat-footed. I blame it on my pops, personally.
Nigerians must be faster than Ghanaians.
Don't say that, bro.
No, it's
I think they are though.
No, but it's interesting that you actually raised this, actually, because what I'd like to move on to is don't know if you guys saw, but in the theme of like black excellence and stuff, that this Brampton Academy that was
Yes.
in the. So I read about this in The Voice. Crafty brought it up, and so there's this academy in East Ham, and of its 275 pupils, 20 of them are going to either Oxford or Cambridge.
Yeah.
Like its headmaster is a Nigerian guy, and like 90% of its students are going to Russell Group University. And we only heard about that because Crafty dropped it through from a voice link, a black newspaper. If East Ham's knife crime had gone up by 2%, we would have seen it on London News. These guys, like some of the A levels that these kids were pulling out.
Yeah, I saw it.
It
They
was
were terrible.
mad.
It was like A star, done.
Like,
A-star,
my girl
A-star,
just like, yeah, it's like going to Cambridge to read English. English at
Wow.
Cambridge.
Mm.
No one, and no one's talking about it. No one's talking about
They
it.
brush it under the carpet.
Yeah.
man.
I think it's disgusting. The thing is, I don't think we should search for validation from anyone else. I understand that, right? That's one part of it. But the other bit is also like celebration. You should celebrate these people's achievement. I've turned on TV and seen so many of these things. Every time results come out, I see them standing outside some school, some random school, and then they'll get like one token black kid, one token Asian kid, like, you know, that they can find, and then the rest, obviously, we're in a white country. The bottom line is we're in a white country. I've got no problem with that. But the bottom line, so I expect them to be white. But if you have a situation where the majority of students are students of color and they're smacking out the park like this, someone needs to shine a light on it.
That's the thing is for me, I think the lion's share of the blame would be the media, because this comes through social media. All right, it's in the Voice newspaper. I didn't even know that. I got it from a WhatsApp link. Do you get what I mean?
Same.
And you probably wouldn't see it in the mainstream newspapers. Maybe they're obviously privately owned. They have different agendas and so on. But it's funny because, as you say, like knife crime, if that goes up 1%, you'll hear about it and stuff. And fair enough, you should hear about it. But if they post articles of this sort, will that have an impact on the kids doing the knife crime? Or from a younger age thinking, oh, actually, it is possible. Do you get what I mean?
I think it will
So
have.
are they trying to help the situation, which they're clearly not? Do you get what I mean? Or are they just happy to feed it?
I think the media generally tends to focus on negativity, and this is almost why I just hate watching the news half the time. Because you go on
bad
the
news,
news,
isn't it?
bad
it's
news.
always
Always
bad news.
bad news, bro.
Like news should be
Always.
news, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. And we talk about, okay, well, we live in England and yeah, we are a minority, but a lot of our television is London-based television. Even when you watch the news, they have a London section.
Yeah.
And you've got to remember that London's multicultural. So there's no
Yeah.
excuse for them not to be picking up a school like this place.
Yeah.
And giving the promotion that it should be had.
In inner city London, it's not even like it's. That's something that should be celebrated. And those grades were mad. They're mad. Every time I think about it.
A-star, you know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like one person. They were like 20, 30 kids.
Yeah, they're
Who were
just
smashing out
rolling.
these high level grades. Smashing them out.
And it was just not even focused as like a key story in any like outlet. It's
Is it a
bad.
racism thing?
It's tough to say because it's I think, like, as I say, I think it's a media thing, and you can call the people who calls the shots racist. You can't call the presenter racist. You can't call a
No, of
journalist
course not.
racist.
No,
Do you get what I
of
mean?
course
So
not.
it's very much the owners of these
Channels.
channels, establishments, or whatever that are perpetuate. No, I wouldn't say they're perpetuating it, but they're definitely happy to exacerbate things when it's time to. You know.
The worst thing about it is that when you're in the media as a journalist, they make out like they've got some kind of oath to just make sure the truth gets out there. That's why.
That's how they
That's
start
what I hate.
off.
Yeah, make out they're like, oh yeah, I just want to tell the truth, I want to give people the truth.
But when they submit those stories, the manager's like,
You can't put that in there.
That's way too
I
positive.
don't think you get it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just from watching too many films or whatnot. But every single time if you see a journalist in any kind of film, they spend their whole time running around just trying to get the truth out there. It's them and they're desperate. They all get paid like £2, even though they live in nice houses. They want you to believe that they get paid nothing, and the only reason they're in it is just so people can hear the truth. And the truth is out there, and these kids are getting no shine for all that effort.
No, there needs to be something done about that, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I think more.
But then what about the consumer? Because it's easy to turn around and look at the media or look at the guy who's producing that news story. But at the same time, we're the ones watching it. And are we more likely to tune into something that is about X amount of people getting stabbed, 20 odd people getting killed, rather than we are about a good story that's happening over in the borough of Newham? And again, maybe not just us, maybe on a more global scheme, what is going to attract? So we should almost be ignoring all of that, not ignoring the negativity, but be paying more attention to the positivity that's out there.
I'll say times are changing because of social media. Because a lot of these places are getting less viewership because people get the info on their phones and on the go.
Yeah.
It's just a case of now who's going to try and grab control of social media or the outlets. Do you get what I mean?
Well, they've already
it's hard.
done it, though.
They probably have, but it's hard to keep voices down on social media because everyone's kind of it's kind of open.
Yeah,
Do
but
you get what I mean? It's just whether they grab your attention by bright colours or advertising or
social. I agree with what you're saying, but ultimately, for that shift to be complete, a whole generation of people have to die.
Oh yeah. Do
you see
It'll
what I mean?
take a long time for
the news still
attitudes
sits
to
like
change.
my mum, my dad will still see the news as the number one source.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's true.
they will
The only
forward
way to
on
understand
like
what's
But then
WhatsApp videos and that kind of stuff.
But then
But
next generation, because remember, my mum and dad don't touch social media, and yours probably don't as well. Do you get what I mean? As in, they're not.
My dad's always forwarding that stuff. Bro.
Oh yeah, no, they forward crazy stuff on WhatsApp. That's all they know how to do, but they don't know how to search things themselves.
They use WhatsApp now still.
They only do what's passed on to them. They don't search things themselves and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's annoying, yeah. It's annoying.
It's no, but that's the thing. Like, there's a
My
whole
mum-
generation of
my
of
mum's
people
got one
who think
friend.
like that.
From Birmingham or Manchester. And I
You're
wish,
just saying
I
it like
wish she'd
anywhere
never
north
met
is
her,
like the
bro.
same thing. It was like Midlands.
No, what I'm saying is she sends my mum all of this
Yeah.
nonsense, like, and my mum's just soaking it in. I have to go break it down to her. It takes 20 minutes. Like, allow it, trust me.
You want to cut it out? Go straight to the woman in Birmingham, Manchester.
Yeah,
Tell her about
it's
stuff.
going to change it.
Right.
Auntie, listen. Those forwards, yeah?
I remember when I was dropping her and my mum somewhere. She come London, and it was just a radio one. She started having a go, like, oh, you shouldn't be listening to this type of music, blah blah. These times, man's 30 plus. It's just like, oh, no.
Yeah, but even
Auntie Rose Lowett. Shout out Auntie Rose.
Yeah, bro. No, because even like WhatsApp now have so I listened to a podcast called Techish, and they're
What? Techish.
Techish, yeah,
Techish.
yeah. It's a good podcast. Listen to it. And basically it just looks at how tech is used in day-to-day life in a way that actually like affects us in a way that people understand, basically. And one of the points I'm making is that how in WhatsApp have now reduced the amount of forwards you can do. You can't forward to more than 20 people at a time. They're putting a cap on different countries. So in India, I think they capped it at like 20 because what they were doing is someone will send a message saying, this person committed this crime. They'll forward it to everyone, and then they just take the law into their own hands and just go and
Oh,
But the guy-
yeah, I heard of that still.
yeah, you just go
It
and
could
the
be
guy.
fake for real, yeah.
So how could you be like, yeah, Crafty did a thing. Everyone goes, look Crafty. I'm like, Crafty got. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's mad.
But what if you want to send it to 100 people? You just got to send it 5 times.
That's a good
I'm trying to make it. What are they trying to achieve here?
First of all, shout out to the master there.
Yeah,
Send it from
Okay,
A to D in your phone book, then E to G or whatever.
Hey, you know, I showed some quick logic here, man. I see Crafty. I see where you got that name from. So I can see that. I can see your eyes, bro.